it's difficult to not come across as super self-aggrandizing when you're talking about the past like this, but it's also super difficult to recognize that what you're doing is like important to people, and that it will be important to you one day, like when you're in it, like in that moment. So like, for example, like when the Austin Chronicle ran that cover story about video store clerks, with that headline that was like the coolest job in Austin. Like, I remember a lot of us being like, guys, we work for minimum wage. We trade video rentals for food to eat every single day. But at the same time, I think that we knew then, and I know that I know now, that we were a part of something really special. I'm not just saying it to say it or to blow smoke up your asses like you need it. But, you know, like when I was working at Vulcan Video, Lars and Zach were very much in the process right then of changing sort of the way people experienced going to movies, or watching movies. They were changing the experience of watching movies for a lot of people, I think. And a lot of that source material that they were gathering was coming from Vulcan. And even that felt really cool to be some small part of. I think for me personally, the creative thing that I've been a part of that has had the biggest impact on the culture of Austin, Texas, was that Robotar shirt. And I still see it around occasionally. It makes me so happy to see that thing in the wild. Like, I know the guy who wrote RoboCop has one. It was on TV that time that Vulcan was on, Jimmy Kimmel or whatever. And it was so hard to get that thing made. And then, like, I'm so stoked that it was, and it's my very favorite thing. I remember standing behind the counter with Brian Connolly when Spike Jonze came in, and it was like, yo, like, it wasn't just like, that's the guy who made Adaptation. That's the guy who made Being John Malkovich. It was like, that's the guy who invented skate videos as we know them. That's the guy who made Sabotage. Like, that's Spike fucking Jonze. Like, it was a big deal. And he came in looking for something like pretty obscure. Like, it was like, hey, do you guys have like Last Year in Marienbad? And we were like, we do have that movie, Spike Jonze, but unfortunately it is checked out. And we had to, like, it was a bummer telling Spike Jonze that this, like, he came here to get this thing because he knew we would have it, and we do have it, but we don't because someone else got to it before him. And we were like, I'm sorry, Spike Jonze. And he was like, I guess I'll just watch Terminator 2 again. And we were like, you could not be any cooler. When I watched the first exit interview thing, it felt like there was a lot of talk about weird customers, like weirdo customers, and there was definitely a lot of that in my experience at Vulcan. But I don't know, man. Overwhelmingly, the experience with customers they were the best. They were like the best people. They would like find out it's your birthday and they would make you brownies and bring them in. They would like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. They would bring beer for everybody. You could basically pay off your late fees with a case of Lone Star at any time. I don't know if that contributed to where Vulcan is now. But they all really love movies and they all really love talking about them. And I think that is important to acknowledge. Like, it was really a legit community that was formed around that place. There was a Great Dane there named Rocky. Like, for the longest time at the Elizabeth Street location, this family would come in with their giant Great Dane named Rocky, and he would just like slide down on the floor like a sphinx and sit there. And when I came to Austin, Vulcan was my first job out of Austin, in Austin. I had this weird fear of dogs, and Rocky like fully cured me of this fear of dogs. And like, I don't know, man, I love that. I feel like I can trace all the good shit that has happened to me in Austin and that I've been a part of, back to my experience at Vulcan Video in one way or another. And I miss it. I miss it already. I love it.